Dreher of Yoga is Simple and Sacred. And along with Kathleen Doherty, we have written a book, Yoga for Grief, a compassionate journey towards healing. And I'd like to share with you some of the poses that we have in the book. First, we'll start with breathing, bringing the right hand on the chest and the left hand on the belly. We're going to breathe into the chest on the inhalation and move it down into the belly. And on the exhalation, empty out of the belly, empty out of the chest. And the inhalation, you lift and open the chest with breath, and then it moves down into the belly, and then empty out from the belly to the chest. This can also be done lying in bed if you have trouble sleeping at nighttime. Traditionally in yoga, we inhale and exhale through the nose for most of the breathing techniques. In the first pose I'd like to show you would need a blanket or perhaps even a beach towel would work just nicely. You're going to bring the blanket in and fold it in thirds. So just fan fold it. And if you're familiar with yoga or these poses, feel free to use 2 blankets here to give a little bit more of an opening in the chest. We'll begin by sitting on the blanket. And again, if you don't have any back sensitivity or used to doing these poses in yoga, you could sit your buttocks off the blanket as well. I'm going to bend my knees as I go down. And you probably have a little extra blanket back here. You can make yourself a little neck support. The legs could stay bent, or you can straighten them out, or you might go into a cross-legged position. This pose is very nice if you have trouble sleeping at night. You could do it right before bed. It also opens the chest and helps with the breathing. In my experience going through grieving is that my posture, I rounded my shoulders a little bit more, had trouble breathing just because of the grief and very heavy. So this pose in itself will help open your chest and help you breathe a little fuller. I would recommend staying here at least 5 minutes. Even 10 minutes would be nice. When you're ready to come out, you would bend your knees, roll to one side. Take your time coming up, letting the head come up last. The next pose I'd like to show you is legs up the wall, which is also very calming and very good for your lower back and hips as well. You would take your hips towards the wall, and then take your legs up the wall, buttocks quite close to the wall. If your hamstrings are tight, you might come away from the wall a little bit. This blanket is nice for your neck support. You can stay here with the legs up the wall, or you might go into a wide angle pose, or you could even go into this pose which is called bound angle. Nice for the hips. And again here you could stay 5 or 10 minutes. Very relaxing. You could go back to that breathing that we started off with while you're here. When you're ready to come out, you would bend the knees, roll to one side, and again let the head come up nice and slow. These are very calming and relaxing poses, which sometimes going through grief I have found that I really need it. And I couldn't do many active poses as well. I had to stay on the floor and do more relaxing poses. So you can find me at yogasimpleandsacred.com. And we'll have more information on there when the book will be released in 2013. Namaste.